As we proceed through the traffic lights, the candidate is asked to turn right at the next set of traffic lights. They don't notice the road signs and road markings here telling them they should be positioned to the right. This is not a huge problem as they could just carry on following the road ahead, but they attempt to turn right down this bit of the road. They're then steered away and asked to continue following the road ahead, please. This is given as a serious fault for response to traffic lights, as they attempted to turn right when the traffic light said ahead only. The candidate is following the sat-nav at this point, and the sat-nav is saying to take the next road on the right. The candidate sees the stopped traffic ahead waiting for the level crossing, checks the mirrors, signals right, and decides to go onto the wrong side of the road to get round the queue of traffic. As we can see on the road marking saying keep left as there is a solid white line coming up. Going onto the wrong side of the road here has a high danger, as someone can pull out from the side road and not check left and drive into you. You're also forced to cut across the corner when you turn right into the side road. The candidate is on a 50-mile-per-hour road here. They slow slightly for the traffic lights, which is good because they could change any moment. They then notice the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit change coming up, so they slow their speed with their brakes and then try to change down from gear 5 to gear 3. But they accidentally temporarily get gear 1, and this causes the car to slow down to below 20 miles per hour. They quickly realise and then go back into gear 3. As you will have seen, the slowing down was not too drastic, and as you will soon see, there was no cars especially close behind. However, the examiner gave this as a serious fault for gears. A bit of a shame this, as this is the only serious fault they got, and they'd never made this mistake before on their lessons, and also the examiner says the rest of the drive was very good. Now a bit of a different one here, as we're looking at the other drivers, and we notice a serious fault one of the other drivers makes. Watch the green car ahead of the red car. He approaches the roundabout in the left lane, and as he enters the roundabout, he ends up in the middle lane and cuts up the grey van. The green car would have got a serious fault. As you saw, the red car also cut across a bit. They might have got away with a minor, as there was nothing next to them, but if there was something next to them, they almost definitely would have got a serious fault. Watch back the footage and see how my driver does the roundabout. This is how it should be done. The key with these big roundabouts is to prioritise positioning. You must plan ahead and know which lane to position in before you enter the roundabout. If you try to enter and you haven't planned ahead, chances are you'll cut across the lanes and cut someone up. As we drive along, we can see there's parked vehicles on our side of the road, so we must give way to oncoming traffic. We can see the oncoming vehicle, and the candidate leaves it too late to steer around the parked car, and the examiner takes the wheel to avoid them hitting the parked car. The candidate should have waited for the black car to pass, and then proceeded through. Proceeding through at the same time as the black car is just too tight on that road. We're driving along a 50-mile-per-hour road here, the candidate doing almost 50 miles per hour. We can see coming up on the left, traffic merging. The candidate fails to slow down in anticipation that they could pull out. The candidate notices the black Range Rover put their right indicator on, and panics and steers to the right lane without checking their mirrors. There was no one next to them, however, this is still put down as a serious fault for mirrors change direction. If you see traffic merging ahead of you, you should reduce your speed as they could be pulling out in front of you. We do know it is our priority, however, they may not give it to us. The candidate on the last clip did not feel it is a serious fault. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. The candidate is approaching a level crossing, and looking ahead, we can see the traffic starting to slow as there's a red light at the other side. The candidate fails to realise this and proceeds onto the yellow box. They do, however, luckily keep the train tracks clear. However, because they've stopped in the yellow box, they get a serious fault. They could have fitted behind the red car, but the candidate did not realise this. Another example of another driver committing a serious fault here. Notice the silver car on the left. Starts to pull away and causes my driver to slow down. This would be a serious fault for move off safety. You must give way to traffic on the main road. You must not cause them to slow down. Also notice he didn't signal to pull away, so this would also be a problem. The candidate is approaching a T-junction and asked to turn right. On approach to a T-junction, we can clearly see a stop sign, so the candidate must stop before they proceed. They're still rolling at this point. They're still rolling, and they're still rolling. They have not fully stopped, so this is a serious fault. You must fully stop, so all four wheels must stop turning. As the candidate approaches the traffic light, it's on green, so they look to proceed, and then the light changes to amber, and they stop over the line on the crossing. This is given as a serious fault for response to traffic lights. When the light changes to amber, it means you must stop behind the stop line. If it's not possible to stop safely behind the stop line, you may proceed. So in this example, the candidate should have proceeded, as they were unable to stop behind the stop line.